Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Shared Universe podcast studio. My name is Ming Chen. I'm here with
CJ Cullen.
And we have a very, very special guest, filmmaker, director, sitcom creator, actor, badass, the man behind Leonardo Boys Productions, Troy Burbank, everybody.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
What's up, my friend? What's up, my friend? How are you?
I'm good.
I just saw you met multiple times. I think most recently at the Smodcastle Film Festival, where you were holding court, promoting, and you had a film as well. Called
Wasted Blind.
Wasted Blind, starring a good friend of ours.
Yeah, starring
Ernest O'Donnell.
Ernest, yes.
Yes, playing a alcoholic, which he did a great job because I've known Ernie for 20 years, and never seen him touch a drop of alcohol. He doesn't drink.
Pulls it off well though.
Yeah, likes to gamble. He loves to gamble. I've never seen him drink, and he pulled off being a drunk really well. So, and I'm beyond Kevin's stuff, I never really seen him act in anything before. It's like, wow, man, this guy.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He's talented. Like he's good at something.
I mean, listen, it took a lot of work for me directing him.
Sure,
but
sure. Well, you wrote the words and you directed it, but still.
No, he did a great job. And like it was funny though, because when I know we don't drink, but when I was like, Ernie, think you can do this? He's like, yeah, I can do it. I said, do you know what it is to be drunk? It's like, yeah, I was drunk one time before.
One time. Okay, one time's all it takes.
And it was back like probably 30 years ago.
Yeah, and he hangs around us. He's seen drunk
he's
people.
Seen it. He can watch. He's probably the guy in the corner just watching everyone get drunk and
laughing.
Idiots.
Yeah.
Right? Have you ever been around sober people that are drunk? You're like, you can't take them. You only can take them for like a very little bit. And you're like, all right, I gotta go.
That was me up until I didn't drink until I hit 30. So I went to college. Went to a couple of frat parties. I was never really interested in it. Didn't taste really good to me. And then when I turned 30, I had my first kid. And that
set it off.
Well, that'll drive you to be like, I need something, right?
Yeah.
And
craft beer too, a little bit different.
Yeah, the craft beer started rising up, and I kind of got into that. So now we have beer on tap in here. Like there's literally
That's awesome.
Behind you right here, like if you pull open the screen, there's like 100 beers back there. So
it's like what's behind? Is the Mighty Oz behind there?
What is behind the green screen?
It's literally a portal to like 100 cans of Ross Brewing beer. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Got to promote the Ross beer.
Yeah, for sure. But actually, I was going through old messages. We reconnected recently. But you're like, hey, I've got this sitcom on. Can I talk about it? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. It's called On Our Own. It's streaming now on Amazon Prime.
Prime.
The first season. And we were watching the first episode.
We were watching it over there.
Yeah, we were like, "Oh, quick, Troy's coming!" Like, let's pretend we're watching it. No, we watched it. We watched it.
We know what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we saw it before. We saw Halloran in his Irish accent.
Great, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So you got a litany of
I've heard that
characters
before.
in it.
I've heard it before. I've heard his Irish accent comes out sometimes.
He was drunk. He was drunk, and it came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his fake Irish accent.
Actually, Ernie approached. I said, Ernie, think maybe you get Halloran to do like this one? The bar owner. I said, Barry. He's like, well, yeah. He goes, but we have to approach it to him as something that he's gonna really say yes to. Like,
okay.
And he said he does this Irish accent. I'm like,
that's all it takes.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's all it takes, yeah, he can do it.
Right.
Because it can throw you. Listen, Brian's great, but
yes,
if he's in stuff, you still see him as Dante, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So if you throw an accent in there, maybe it diverts people a little. You know what I mean? Like, Sarah, maybe it's not him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so we went that, which turned out to be fantastic because he does a great job in it. I can't wait for season 2.
I'm sure he was like, you had me at bar. You didn't have to even get to anything else.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you can play a native Irishman,
oh my god,
he would love that.
Who runs an Irish dive bar?
Oh.
Yeah. So take note for any filmmakers watching right now. If you want Brian O'Halloran in your film, feed him. He likes beer.
Yeah.
He drinks beer, and give him a role as an Irishman.
Yeah,
and he'll
just say Irish accent bar owner. There you go.
Yeah,
that's the description.
Yeah.
Brian will sign up.
Works every time.
It does work every time. And I'm going to throw up, this is the poster image. So if you look in the middle, you may recognize the familiar face. Ernie O'Donnell, Rick Darris from Clerks,
Yeah.
Officer O'Donnell, I guess, from Jane and Silent Bob Strike Back. And and now on our own. And then above him, Brian O'Halloran. Who else do we have here? Let's give your cast a shout
around,
out.
around the horn.
So on the left here
of me is Billy Hartmann.
Okay.
He's a local actor. He's from up in Clark or I don't know, where's he from again? Do you know? Kenilworth. Or
okay,
something?
Central
Kenilworth,
Jersey,
okay.
like the upper exit 139-ish.
139,
Okay,
exactly.
Okay, one of the stars. He's great.
He's one of the stars. The guy behind me.
We got you.
You got me.
Okay,
Andrew Bane. He's one of the stars. Them two are brothers, Billy and Andrew.
Yes.
In the sitcom.
Okay.
He's local. He's from Leonardo.
right.
So he's been in pretty much all my stuff.
Yeah.
Gone for the Weekend, On Our Own, all the episodes, a couple other things that we've done back in the past. And then we have
Got Ernie.
Got
O'Halloran.
we got
and then
Brian. We got Derek Alberti. He's from kind of local. He's from Brick,
Okay.
I think, or somewhere. He's been in a couple of things of mine too. And then at the bottom right is Rob Ravulo. He's from Middletown.
Okay.
He's been in a couple of my stuff too. So it's all local, kind of. Besides,
Yeah, old Jersey boys.
Brian. You know what I mean? Now he's local, but I'm saying he's
Local-ish,
he's
Pennsylvania.
now.
Staten Island for a long time.
Yeah, but Old Bridge.
Old Bridge too.
Grew up in
Old Bridge.
so
Yeah,
that's
so he is a Jersey boy.
Yeah, he's a Jersey
definitely-
boy. Yeah, so great cast though of people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like I said, I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah.
It's
So
gonna-
let's say I'm Mr. Netflix or Rupert Murdoch. I was like, oh, you got a sitcom. What's it about? How do you describe it?
So first I'd probably be nervous and stutter.
Okay.
No, it's about these two brothers, which I described to you was Billy Hartmann and Andrew Bane.
Yes.
Their parents are finally moving out of Jersey to Florida.
Oh boy.
And these guys are 50 and 51.
Is that how old they are?
Yeah,
I was thinking, mid 40s.
No.
Old. They're old.
They're 50.
they're-
They should have been gone like 25 years ago.
Okay, so
But
they're like Brian Johnson,
Yeah.
basically, like back in the day when he lived in his mom's basement. Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know really where Brian lived or whatnot, but so they rely on their mother, takes care of them.
Sure.
Anything, cooks them dinner, does their wash.
Yeah.
And then the father's like, you guys ain't coming with me. We're moving.
Yeah, that's it.
And you're on your own, man. You got to go and fly. You know what I'm saying? So my character is, I'm in the process of getting divorced and I'm a gambler and, I hang at the bar.
Right.
And me and Ernie are good friends too. And I'm best friends with these two growing up. So I convinced them to get an apartment with me because I'm on my way out.
Okay.
And in the sitcom, and then Brian character Barry overhears me, and he's just a slumlord. He don't give a shit about anything.
Sure.
So we convinced him to let us move above the bar.
Oh, boy.
And, and my character agrees to do the
awesome.
work in there because it needs to be fixed. 'Cause I'm
Okay,
a carpenter
yeah.
in the sitcom. So that's pretty much what the sitcom's about. And I get these guys doing shit they would never want to do.
Right.
And it's just like they kind of look at me as their father. You know what I mean? Because I'm the more responsible one
Right.
out of all of them.
But you're like
I'm
the
just
same age
kinda
as
the
them, or
same
maybe even younger.
different-
yeah,
in some
same age,
ways,
but
and-
I'm still immature.
Right.
Because I'm on my way out from getting divorced.
Right.
Something's going wrong. You know what I mean? So pretty much that's what the storyline is.
I love this. We go to a lot of dive bars.
Yeah.
I go to a lot of Comic Cons or even locally. I'm like,
We
all right,
always
where?
try to find the
And the one
Hold
I was like, where's the dive bar? Because I always go, and if it's one I haven't been to before, I walk in. You hear the record scratch because
Yeah, right.
I'm sure they don't get a lot of little Asian guys that come into their dive bar. It's a very kind of
never know.
family, locals only place. But I go in there. I always get the stairs and I sit down and I order a drink, start talking to everybody, and if they're a little standoffish. I found out that the quickest way to win friends at a dive bar
Right.
is buy everyone around.
buy around.
Boom, you're instant friends.
Instant friends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But usually at these dive bars, there's always like a residence above it, and I've
Yeah.
always wondered. I was like, okay, who's up there?
Yeah.
Who lives there?
Who lives up there?
Who
What-
deals with the bar all day?
What stories? What stories happen in that bar?
Yep.
What stories happen above that bar? And I think you've just cracked the code.
Well, it's funny because
Great.
I'm the same way. I love dive bars.
Yeah.
If when we go if we're going on vacation, we have to find kind of the local
Yeah.
right? The local,
yeah.
the local dive
Absolutely.
bar.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Andy's Shore Bar in Highlands?
No.
We were going to
and-
ask you
and
about
that's
that.
where you-
Like, where is that?
Yeah, that's I know the exterior was there. Did you shoot the interiors there as well?
We shot everything except the only thing. It's funny because we're supposed to live above
Sure.
the
Yeah.
apartment, but we filmed
don't have,
that particular scenes at my friend's house.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
but everything
It's called
that's-
movie magic, people.
Yeah,
Yes, locations.
It's filmed. The bar stuff is filmed right in the bar.
It's like Cheers. They don't film in Cheers.
No,
Yeah, I know. Right?
that was a set.
But definitely fact. But that's how it works. And
Where is Andy Shore Bar?
it's in Highlands.
Oh, crap! No, we haven't been there.
Never been there.
Wow.
Don't know that one.
Yeah.
It's- I lived around here my whole life. Right. I passed that bar. I'd say thousands of times. Right. Because in Highlands, I go hang.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Never went in there. And Ernie told me he was filming his
His short.
the
with
short
the priest.
The priest. I was like, oh, I'm like, fuck, man, I never been in there. He goes, well, stop by. We're doing, you know, and my son was in it, so
Yeah.
I had to stop
Yeah.
by.
Oh yeah.
So I walked in. I was like, I love it.
Yeah. It looks, it
my
looks
whole
amazing.
life,
on
I've never
camera.
been in this place, but I've always said I want to go in here,
Yeah.
and I just never did. And once I started doing this, you know, writing the sitcom, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, you think you can get this bar for? She's like, oh, you know, I'll find out. And
Yeah.
he knows her. He was part of his family. I think some way in there, or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And she agreed to let us film there. And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I
Where is
couldn't
that
imagine
located?
to film anywhere else.
I
besides that.
know
by
we're
the
like
water?
all right. We know it's not on Bay Avenue.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is on Bay Avenue.
Okay. I mean, the best dive bars are hidden in plain sight. We're going. We're definitely
Yeah.
going.
I love how you said.
Because
I know it's not
there.
on Bay. No, it's on Bay.
It's on Bay Avenue.
Further
Yeah.
down or closer?
I would
to,
say
like,
it's right in the middle.
pickle.
It's
Yeah, where's
no,
it in proximity to the Chubby Pickle? Because that's where we
That's
hang
where
out.
we know.
It's
That's
right.
where
It's
we
right.
hang
In,
out.
it's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Really?
Okay.
It's in the middle. It's yeah. It's right. It's like
Oh,
here's the thing. Here's the rule. You don't go in there in the summer
No.
because it's no air conditioning, and you're gonna go. You'll have beads of sweat going down your
okay.
feet.
No AC. Okay.
No AC.
Okay.
And then in the winter, you freeze your ass off.
Yeah.
So you got to go in there between St.
Spring
Patty's
and
Day
fall.
and
You have,
June.
you have a window between March and like June 1st, like Memorial Day and
Yeah.
like
That's
St.
awesome.
Patrick's
That's
Day.
like going to the Irish pub and staying at the Irish pub
Right.
in Atlantic City.
Yeah, they have
You
no
only
climate
do it-
control
They
in
don't
there.
have the heat or the air.
That's
No, it's
awesome.
a great place though. I mean, and Mary Ann's the owner.
Yeah.
she's great. She, you know, it's the place is good. I mean, we go in there in the summer. But it does get hot.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
no AC, and
Let's drink
you know,
more cold beer. It's very easy.
That's how they go down that fast, though. I mean,
Right.
You know,
That's where they make their money.
Yeah,
They're
I
not gonna
loved it
put
though.
they're not going to put an AC in there because that's where they make their money.
you
I
know.
love
Cold
the.
beer.
They just got a TV, so
Oh, whoa! Wow, they're in the 19th
Right, Ken?
century. All right.
yeah, they just
Wow.
got a TV, so it's like we went there 2 weeks
Not
ago.
cable yet though.
I don't know if this cable. I'm like, why don't I remember that?
Yeah.
And they're like, because it's new. I'm like, okay. You know, we filmed in there so many times, and I'm like, I never noticed because I'm like, obviously, I'm not paying attention
Yeah.
to that side of the bar really.
Right.
And they put a TV up there. I'm like, oh, this is
like, well, that's new.
I don't remember it.
It's like, whoa, change.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be an episode. Just bringing the TV in for the first time.
exactly.
It's like the Holy Grail.
Yeah, and like messes everybody up.
Yeah.
It throws them all
Barry
off.
finally spent money on a TV.
Yeah.
Because Barry's character is very cheap.
Yeah.
And he's tried to con everybody.
Maybe he won it in a contest.
Right. Or someone
what-
paid off their bar tab
It
with
might-
it. Like there's multiple possibilities.
Well, how far did you get into the sitcom?
Episode 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I can't really tell you about anything else. You just said a bar tab, so I'm going to leave it at
Okay.
that. Which is an ongoing thing with my character and Barry.
Yeah.
Which it settles at the finale, so which is pretty funny.
Yeah, and we saw you use a lot of local locations.
Oh, yeah,
Seabright
everything.
Pizzeria,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Andy Shore Bar.
Andy's, yeah. Everything was filmed. There was the furthest thing. And you haven't seen it. Episode 5. It's called. I don't even remember the name of the episode, but Scott is in it.
Okay. Shaffo?
Shaffo,
Okay,
yeah.
the Chuli's gum guy.
Yeah,
Scott
I
Shaffo. Big shout out.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
I don't want, like I said, I don't want to really give it away, but he's in it. And we filmed at my sister's house, and she lives in Aberdeen.
Okay.
So that was kind of the farthest
Okay, which
location.
isn't that far, 10 miles
not even
maybe?
that
It's
far.
not, but I'm saying like it's
It's
not
like going to Maloney's.
yeah, that's the furthest destination. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
Right.
location that we have. So, which, like you said, it's not far.
Right.
But everything is filmed in Leonardo, Highlands, Atlantic Highlands.
Right.
That's kind of where we keep everything.
That's cool. We call it the Kevin Smith triangle, basically, like Highlands, Atlantic
The
Highlands.
circle. It's going to be a new
Middletown,
SAG
Red Bank.
circle around here.
Yeah, for sure. When did you shoot this?
We shot this. It started out. I was just going to do a pilot. So
Right.
I said, listen, Ernie, we're just going to do a pilot and try to sell it.
Yeah, one episode,
and see what happens,
Gotcha,
right?
yeah.
So we filmed that over 3 days. We shot it. We had to keep it at 3 days because that was the budget.
Right.
3
Yeah.
days, and that's it. You know what I mean? And the other money for post and all the other stuff. So we filmed that. Now, my boy Mark Frado, that's awesome. He's the DP and editor and my sound guy, all in one.
Yeah.
Great guy. He sent it to me, so I was like, I need this fixed, and it was done. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be hard to sell this just because we're nobodies. You know what I mean? To get in a room with somebody's, it's hard.
You gotta pitch them. If they don't know you, you don't know them. They're like, who's this guy?
Who's nobody.
Yeah,
so I was like, let's do another one. And he's like, Ernie's like, I'm in.
Listen,
I'm in.
Right.
I said, is Brian in? Can Brian
Do another one.
do another one? Because and it was during COVID, right? So
Okay.
he, unfortunately, he wasn't. There was no cons. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
as you know.
Yep.
And
So
he had a long way traveled it back.
you know what I mean. So it's like I wrote it in a couple days, sent to everybody, scheduled him. Came in. We shot the second episode.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow. All right.
and I'm not even sure. This is how I did it. Another month later, I'm like, Ernie, guess what we're doing? He's like,
Another
shooting
one.
another one, right? I'm like, yep. Shot the third one. Finished that. I'm like, these are just getting better as they go. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I said, I can't stop. I said, let's do another one.
Yeah.
So we did 4.
Wow.
And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do after the 4th one. I said, you know what? Let's do 2 more. Let's do 6. We'll see. Because if people are like, no, you gotta have 8. I said, no, I don't. I said, I read before. Listen, Three's Company, their first season was 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, 6 episodes.
Comic Book Man, 6 episodes.
Right. So I was like, it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
Right. So I said, we're gonna go with the 6, and we did the 6. So it was over a 2-year, almost a 2-year span.
So pretty much during all of COVID.
All of COVID, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was, jumping through them hoops with the test and.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't want people to get sick and whatever,
Right.
So, I mean, you know what? I got to tell you, nobody caught anything off our set.
Yeah.
And we weren't careful. So, I mean,
Okay, now you can say that.
Now
you can say that. All the alcohol killed the germs.
Exactly.
And listen, if you haven't caught anything at Andy's Shore Bar, you're not getting
you're not getting
COVID.
exactly.
You ain't getting COVID.
It was funny, though, because nobody got sick at all.
Yeah.
Ever. I mean, people were, not
Here and there, but not.
well, I mean, it's like Kenny over there. There was people maybe that far, but 4 at that table and the other 4 across over here.
Right.
So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We weren't the older, like Donna Jeanne, she's the mom in it.
Yep.
And she's great in the sitcom. But I said, Donna, why don't you wear your mask because you're older?
Right.
And and
Don't
she's
wanna
like,
risk it, yep.
What are you saying? I said, I'm just saying if you want to wear your mask, wear it because you're older than the rest of the people here. So I don't want you to get sick. And she didn't wear it. She didn't get sick.
She didn't get sick.
No, she's great in it. She's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Where did you find the parents? I'm assuming they're local, but they're great.
Well, Donna Jeanne is from Atlanta, the Playhouse.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
She,
Okay. Yep.
She does,
okay.
and she's been in all my films since
Yeah.
probably
For
12 years now that I've been doing it.
the famous First Avenue Playhouse where Kevin held his
yeah.
first auditions for the original Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great.
She is good. So I said, listen, Donna, and she got me a few people in the past for a couple of my movies.
Yeah.
From
Some of the actors there.
Yeah, some of the actors and actors from the Playhouse. So I said, Don, I got a script for you. I want you to be the mom. Because it wasn't the first time she was Drew's mom.
No.
We did a short called Whatever Happened to Baby Drew.
Yeah.
It's like 2 minutes.
No.
And she was his mom.
No.
So I kind of pulled, when I'm writing the sitcom, I pulled her character from that little 2-minute film we did. And that's how
used
she
that
became.
character,
That was the character. You know what I mean? So I was like, and she's like, I can do this. I'm like, I know. That's why I want you to do it. So she was great. And Dave, her husband, and then their father, he's another actor from the Playhouse. And the weirdest thing is when I'm naming the characters, Mr. Harris, right? I don't know where it came from. Just popped in my head, Mr. and Mr. Harris. His last name is Harris. he told. I was like, what? I said, you kidding with me? He goes, no. You want to see my license? I'm like,
Mr. Harris playing Mr. Harris.
He was born for that role.
And he's so good. He is so like I couldn't picture anybody else. I had 2 other people for the part.
Yeah.
And now hindsight, I'm looking. I'm like, that would have never worked.
Right.
The other guy was just. It just wasn't what I envisioned. You know what I mean? And this
Right.
guy just coming out of the blue and like, yeah, I'm your guy.
I
Yeah.
love casting people
Oh,
and
my
making them your characters that you wrote. It's just an amazing feeling,
It is,
isn't it?
Just seeing them come to life.
Come
Yeah.
to life.
Yeah.
It's like even as small as like somebody even has one line. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, yes, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though it's not a lot, but you know, people how they get. Oh, can I start getting some more lines?
Start feeding more and more.
Yeah, I'm
Well, they're
I'll
talking
give-
to the
I'll
right-
give- I'll give you 2 or 3. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So because there's a character in here. His name is Pampas, and how he got that name is Pampers, the
Right.
diapers. And
Yes.
this guy, he pisses himself.
Okay.
They call him Pampas.
Pampus. Okay.
Right. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
It makes sense, right? So I give him lines, just stupid little stuff. He walks by and goes like, I like you, and just walks to the bathroom.
yeah.
You know, very something.
Yeah, very small.
Right.
Yeah, very small. And then
Right.
each episode, I give him a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Right.
and kind of build up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's funny, like you said, writing these characters. And then they come alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny. Like Kenny's character, he's Lenny in it.
Right.
And he's just him and his girlfriend always fight at the bar, and we're just sick. They're fighting again. You know what I mean? But it's real life shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That you see all the time. You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of that, what inspired this? Like, are you still at home with your parents? Did you get kicked out at a later age?
No.
Or like,
No,
what
I
inspired?
was out at 18. So,
Okay.
I had this thing from. It was called Roommates originally. I wrote it an outline
Right.
18 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
And it was about my friend Drew that's in it.
Okay.
He used to, we bought a couple houses together, real estate, and he would rent rooms out to.
And so you see these kind of characters.
Yeah, oh my God, dude. So I'm like, dude, I'm writing. It's about you have a house, you renting the rooms
Yeah.
out to these weird people,
Yeah.
and stuff interacts with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was the layout of that one, Roommates.
Right.
Life went on. I did a horror flick. I did a couple other Doritos commercials and stuff like that. And then I'm writing another horror flick, and I'm in the middle of writing the outline for that, the characters' names and what's going on. Then I'm also I mean, listen, you can even ask my wife. I said, you know what? We're gonna put a hold on this right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do the sitcom I want. She goes, "What sitcom you want?" Like she knew about
Right.
it. You know what I mean? I'm like, I have a sitcom that I wanted to do for years. It's called Roommates, and I actually found the paperwork. I don't know how I still had it, like because it was just written down in
time
notebooks.
ago.
Yeah, it was like, and she's like, "All right," because she how we work together is because I can't type
Okay.
like that. It
Sure.
would take me 10 years
Right,
to do it,
right.
right? So
You need like that one that you just talk into and it types.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if that works though.
That probably doesn't work.
I mean, because it don't work on my phone.
Yeah, it probably does
It
the
comes
same,
out-
right?
Yeah,
All
they-
different weird.
all
They,
different
they
shit
can't translate Jersey accent yet. So,
So that's what happened.
oh. Like, yeah.
We started writing that, and I put, like I said, out of the blue, I just said, nope, we're going to stop right now. We're going to pick up the sitcom. I want to do it. And it started off, like I said, as a pilot.
Yeah.
And then it just evolved each month.
Right.
I would say, you know what I mean? Because there was time between, shoots, there would be like 2 months go by. And then I would just pop up in my mind, yeah, we're going to do this.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And thank God everybody was still around.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's, to me, when you're independent and you rely on people doing it for free.
Yeah.
Or next to free.
Yeah, you're on their schedules. It's
You're
not
on
the
their
other way
schedule,
around.
but if they, like Kenny has a job, just say, and he can't just stop working
Right.
Yeah.
to come and work for me for free, right?
no.
So it all lined up perfect. You know what I mean? There was no conflicts really. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's the best.
And I was, but dealing with Brian, I thought there would be because who he is. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like he's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna take.
No, caught him at the
man,
right.
See you later. I'm done.
Yeah, you caught him at the right time though.
Right
for sure.
time, because you'd be at a con every other weekend.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was, COVID was a blessing, you know what I mean? To have him around and be able to
Right.
come and go. So because he wasn't working,
Yeah.
nobody was really,
Right.
and so it worked out really good. So that's what I'm hoping with season 2. We get a little bigger budget.
Yeah. Well, you have episodes. You have episodes to show people now. You have
Right.
basically a calling card. So
Right.
you have a completed season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing because and listen, you heard it before a million times. Hey, I got an idea for a movie.
Right. Okay. Great. And the pitch it to you was like, great. Now what?
Now what?
Yeah. Well, you have. Is there anything? Can you show
There's
me
a lot of
anything?
pitches. There's a lot
Can
of
you show
that.
me
Yeah.
anything?
Can you
Do
show
have
me anything?
storyboards
Gotta
or
film it.
outline
You gotta do
anything?
it.
Like, no, it's in my head. I haven't
Yeah.
written it yet.
Right. It's
You
in
have
my
everything
head. Yeah.
completed.
Yeah.
And not only that, but distributed as well. So.
Right. So that's a good thing, and I think we will get there because I'm talking to a few people that seen it and they said, "Oh yeah, well, can I put some money in?" No, you can't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, we don't want your money.
Oh,
We don't
your
want
money's not green enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, of course you can. You can finance the whole thing if you like.
Yeah.
So that's the one good thing that we do have a completed season to show.
Yeah.
That we're for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not something that looks with an old camcorder.
Right.
It looks professional. It's professionally done and
everyone can go check it out on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, it looks
Prime.
great. Do you know anything about the? Would you shoot it on technical? What cameras?
We shot it on Black Magic.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Ursa Mini Pro.
Oh, yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's like a 4.6 or 4.2 or something like
Yeah.
that. Whatever it is.
Great cameras,
Yeah.
man.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I said, the guy Mark Frado, he's awesome. Like I've been working with him since when did we start? I worked with him on a movie my friend was doing in Cold Snack. He was from Staten Island. And that's how I met Mark. And I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm in pre-production here. I got a movie." He goes, "Yeah, just call me." He goes, "Oh, I'm in."
Wow, easy as that. That's awesome.
And I never look back. I wouldn't use anybody, because you get comfortable with somebody,
Yeah, definitely.
and they know.
Oh,
you
it's
know
Like-
them.
like
They know
Kevin
you.
worked with Dave Klein for a long time.
Yeah. Who's Dave Klein's going on to shoot
He's the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He went from Clerks to Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Wow.
He's working on big things.
stuff,
so,
yeah.
but it started with Clerks.
Clerks.
Great, super. 16 millimeter black and white
Wow.
film.
He did Vulgar.
To-
He shot Vulgar as well.
Shot Vulgar as well. Yeah. To Lucasfilm. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Like
Yeah,
to
no,
Star Wars.
It's listen. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's the bottom line. And it's like if you're lucky enough to, and if you're good, listen, if you're good at your craft, somebody's going to notice you eventually. You know what I mean? So it's you would hope.
Right.
But no, it's all good, man. These guys, they know what I want, and he nails it. You know what I mean? It's just like this is what's in my head. I know you're not in there, but this is what I kind of, and I kind of relate to other movies, kind of, because that's how, I watch a lot of movies.
Right.
and
Yeah, me too.
I like
I
something
like
from,
to-
not that I'm stealing it, but I like the way they did it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my twist.
A little homage.
Yeah,
a
you know
little
what I mean?
piece, yeah.
So
It's a Jersey way to do it. We love it. We love
we love
movies.
it exactly.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, what were your major influences on this? Cheers. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
on the sitcom.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
I would have to say, believe it or
Three's
not,
Company?
it's Three's Company. Because
Oh, really?
Three's Company is my favorite show. I watch it.
I grew up
all
on
the
that. I watched that. I watched
So funny.
Three's a Crowd afterwards.
Crowd,
Three's
yeah.
a Crowd,
I watched
yep.
the Ropers.
The
Ropers.
Yeah, I watched all that, man. And I grew up on Three's Company for sure.
Yeah, Three's Company. I would say Three's Company has the most impact you know what I mean? Because just the way they shot, you know what I mean? Just the way they shot that whole everything mostly took place in their apartment. Right?
Yep.
It did, yeah.
Besides the Regal Beagle,
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean, and bouncing back to some different
Bounce
places.
back and forth a couple places. But
So
most
that
of
I would say that, and like, I'd also say maybe throw in a little bit of Cheers. A little
Okay,
bit, 'cause
sure.
The bar,
Yep.
in the bar,
Yeah.
but
And the characters.
in the character,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were all characters.
They were-
characters.
They were. So I would say that's where it probably subconsciously came from.
Right.
Definitely Three's Company.
Right.
But I like all 80s sitcoms.
Oh,
I
sure.
still watch them on Tubi.
Yep.
Like
Last night I was watching old Seinfelds from like season.
Oh yeah,
3.
they're all on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was dying.
Yeah.
see, I never got into Seinfeld. That's weird. I've never.
So funny.
You either love or you hate Seinfeld.
Yeah, I
most
never- I
people.
wasn't-
I mean, obviously, a lot of people, loved
like it.
Yeah.
I could not stop like laughing last night. And I've seen it a million times. The same episode.
Yeah, I think
But it was the Master of Your Domain
Yep.
one.
Oh yeah, it's a classic episode.
Classic, and I
But I think
just couldn't
Seinfeld's like The Simpsons. Like not a day goes by where we don't quote The Simpsons and or Seinfeld. So it's just one of those shows.
Yeah, and I never
think-
got into The Simpsons either. I like Family Guy.
Family
I love
Guy.
Family
Okay,
Guy.
sure,
Yeah,
sure.
That's.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they get away with some of the stuff,
I
but
don't know how they get away with it. Well, cartoons.
it's great.
Put yourself in cartoon form. Get away with everything.
Anything, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think you should be able to say it's acting, it's comedy. You're not aiming at any one particular person, so
Right.
who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think you wrapped probably in 2020, like late-ish 2020.
We wrapped 21.
21. And then I saw you did a.
Actually, September 21 actually was the last episode we filmed.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
And I saw you did kind of a big premiere at the Atlantic Cinemas, aka now known as the Smart Castle Cinemas.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you have the 6 episodes. How do you get it on Amazon?
Well, I'm hoping very soon it's going to be on Tubi.
Okay.
Because now that
Or yeah, what's the whole process of getting it out there now?
so you heard of Film Hub, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Hub, yes.
Film Hub, you go through a screening process.
Okay.
Because they don't. Everybody thinks they could just take your movie and just go and yeah, okay, you're gonna be. That's not. They screen you.
Right. Sure. Oh
and,
yeah.
and it don't take a week. It takes 4 months.
right. Because
Really?
someone's actually
5 months,
watching.
you know what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah.
So, with On Our Own, I already kind of established a little history with them because
Okay.
Gone for the Weekend was already on.
Right.
Okay.
You've got several projects. with
Right.
them.
So
Okay.
it was a little bit easier because I have everything set up with them already.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But
So you already have an account, and it's
Yeah,
easier for them to just be like, okay.
Right. You got
Right,
the
exactly.
email address. You, got some
because-
contacts.
Right,
over
and
there.
it's not, I'm not saying everybody my film is the best, but it's good quality. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not some shit rags.
Yeah,
stuff, you
no,
know
it's
what I mean?
watchable.
It's
Yes,
right.
It's more than watchable. It's
So
good, but
you
yes.
have to put everything on there, all your artwork, and
Right.
and then they can turn around and say,
Yep. Sorry.
sorry. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I tell you, for an independent filmmaker, we have a lot more avenues now to go down.
Sure.
Because of there's so many platforms
Yep.
now. You have Tubi, you have Pluto TV.
Yep, yeah.
Freezy or whatever it is. There's just so much that you can go to.
Yeah.
So which is great because like I said, if you don't know anybody, and if you're not winning festivals like big
Yeah.
Sundance or
Right. And this is something that you can submit to yourself.
Yeah.
And either it gets in or not, but
Right.
at least you have. Before I guess you'd have to go to the film companies, the TV
Right. Yeah.
studios, like, hey, I got this.
Yeah. And,
And-
who are you?
Yeah, who are you?
I'm
And-
nobody.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
just-
All right. See you later. Slam. Right.
Now, I knew Amazon used to have more films and they used to give more money. They don't do as much anymore, right?
Yeah.
It's like
It-
pennies
it's-
within pennies.
Well, unless you're somebody that spent $20 million on a film,
Yeah.
and then you go to Sundance, and then they
Right.
say, okay, we'll buy it off you for 20.
Right.
Now you got made your money back, and now
Yeah.
you should be happy, right?
Yeah.
Which you should be because you got picked up.
Yeah.
But it was funny. We were we're doing some work up top of Atlantic, the Smart Castle Cinema.
Yes.
Kevin's apartments.
Yes.
Up there, whatever. I mean, everybody knows about that. So if you don't, you do now.
Yeah.
But, so I'm up there working, and I'm bullshitting with Kevin. I'm like, dude, because I know him.
Sure. Yep. We're all. Yeah.
But I know him like before he was Kevin. He
Yes.
worked at the Quick
Yeah.
Stop,
Yep.
which is in Leonardo. I went there every fucking day. You
Yep.
know what I mean? So, I was like, dude,
You were one of those clerks, quick stop guys. Yes.
You were one of the customers.
Yeah,
the
you were one of the
annoying
customers.
customers.
I was, customer,
but
yeah.
I wasn't like that. Though.
Okay.
I wanted to get my
Okay.
numbers and I'd be bullshit with them.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And really not about movies, dude. It was just about
Like life.
life.
Yeah.
Like my old man used to go in and talk to Kevin all the time, but not about movies. It was just about whatever was on your mind or whatever. But I was like, I said, I want some ideas on how to get seen. He goes, listen, man. He goes, I tell people this all the time. I might be able to get into that door before you because nobody knows me. He goes,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I've been turned away from Netflix.
Yeah,
You know what I
sure.
mean? So
Yeah.
he's like, I can get. He goes, you just gotta keep. You just gotta keep trying. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And he's like, Troy, listen. He goes, I'm not even joking, dude. You're the only one from this area that made a movie. I said, what do you mean? He goes, a fucking movie that you finished and you got it out there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I said, well, hold on. I said, no. I said, what about Vinny Pereira?
Yes.
He goes, you listen to what I'm saying? You made a movie without me.
Right. Yes. And got it out there.
Without me.
Yes.
And true, I'm not even true story. He's like, you made it without me helping you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said,
Huge
true.
feat. It's huge.
and I said, you're right though.
Give
He
yourself
goes,
some credit.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's like, I helped them make that movie. I
Right.
produced that movie.
Right. I got the money for that movie.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? He's like, so remember that. I'm
I
like,
acted in that movie. I put my
Right.
name on that
Exactly.
movie. Yeah.
he goes, you? I had nothing to do
Right.
with you.
No.
And it's true story. I was like, yeah. I said, you know what? You're fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, man. I'm awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Then let me go back to ripping up your walls.
Yeah.
So, but no, that was good hearing him say that. So he's like, you just got to just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, nothing's going to happen anyway, right?
Right. Exactly.
So, you just keep putting stuff up and hope you get better.
Right.
As you go.
As you go. So, and I think we're doing that. You know what I mean? So,
And you also got short films out there playing in festivals. So.
yeah, like like I said, Wasted Blind that we did the short with Ernie.
Yeah.
We won 5 festivals already with it.
That's awesome.
It's for best drama, which is good. And we did a real short one. It's like 12 minutes called The Garage Sale. We threw that together with like a week, and that already won 2 for best comedy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how things work. You know what I mean?
for
Like,
sure.
because I put a lot of thought and there was a lot of work into Wasted Blind, going, researching alcoholics.
Yep.
And doing all that because I didn't really know much about. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yep.
I know
Yeah.
you go to meetings, but the real depth of it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. I'm.
And-
Yeah. As far as I know, you're not an alcoholic.
No,
right?
no.
So, like.
Just on Friday or Saturday nights. But
Okay.
other than
Sure.
that-
Sure. Temporary. Okay. Weekend alcoholic,
Well,
but
The
not.
Weekend Warrior, right?
Right.
The screening that we saw that in, it got a really good reaction with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
was
did.
great.
And
at the
people
Smart
love it, and
Castle.
then people were like, "Yeah, dude, you nailed it on the part with it." So, but me and my wife, you went online,
Yeah.
you read about it, and
Yeah.
you kind of soak everything in, opposed to Garage Sale, which is a stupid little 12-minute thing that popped in my head when I'm watching TV. I don't even know where it came from. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Well,
I'm
it's
really
about
not-
your Atari.
It's about my Atari. And
Yep, to the 2600.
right to the 20, and
May it
it's
live
like,
forever.
Right, and it was just I'm like, let me, I through past some people like, yeah, do it. Ataris, they're coming back. I'm like, really?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, where are they coming
I
back?
I still have mine.
Yeah.
Still have mine. I have the box and everything, man.
Oh, do you really?
Oh yeah. It's at my parents' house, but yeah, man.
Yeah. See, I had.
I don't. As you can see around here, I don't throw anything out.
There's a lot
no,
of stuff
right.
around here.
Yeah.
But like I said, something like that I put together in a week, came out really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because of all the people around me,
Mm-hmm.
Mark especially, because he knows what I'm thinking again.
Right.
And we achieved exactly what I kind of was putting down
Yep.
on that paper. You know what I mean? So,
That's
but
awesome.
the people that I deal with that are in with me making the movies, they all don't they dedicate their time on the weekend, and they don't could be somebody where else and doing something with somebody else, but they like what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and they believe in it. You know what I mean? So when somebody believes in you, they're going to stick with you.
Right.
And hopefully something happens. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's
Christopher
really good.
Hewitt, who watches all of our streams, thank you very much. We love him. When is season
right,
2
Chris.
coming out? What you have anything planned? Are you raising money? I mean, I know you're always.
Did you write the
doing all
scripts?
this. Is there anything scripted yet?
there's no scripts yet, but I'm doing 8 to 10 episodes. For season 2. But I'm before season 2 happens. See, I'm torn. I really can't
Yeah,
give
feature
away.
that you're working
Yeah,
on?
I do. I got a feature that's.
Oh sure, yeah. I love. You're always working on
Always
something. You've
something,
always
yeah.
got.
This one,
You've
it,
always
it's
got
horror,
something. You're
comedy,
always shooting
horror.
something.
It's some. Listen, it's. I tried the comedy.
Yeah.
I've done the dramas.
Yeah.
horror. You love
Horror.
horror.
I've done that.
Yeah.
This one,
Sci-fi? Really?
sci-fi horror,
Okay.
Okay.
and it's never been done before.
Right.
It's been talked about. I really can't give it away right now,
Yeah.
but it's been talked
Don't
about.
say it out there yet.
Right. And then what's good is what I usually do is when I have an idea, I write an outline.
Sure.
And I
Yeah.
register it
Yeah, of course. Yes.
right away.
It's a good thing because when I was a kid, I wrote a script called Toasters
Right.
about 2 guys that crash wedding parties.
Yes.
And I went to New Line Cinemas.
Oh.
And I pitched it to them as a kid. I was like 20 years old. And they
You know what? I there's something
They-
around that resembles that.
Yeah, I wonder. Owen
know.
something and Vince something.
So then, like,
Yeah,
they
right,
said
yeah.
no. They said no to me, and I wrote this during the time that I was interning with a Mr. View Askew and Shango Filmworks, and
Yeah.
I wrote it and told people, and
Yeah.
so they knew
Right.
in like 2000.
Okay, and then like 2 years later,
2004, it's out.
4 years later, it's like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
I sat in the movie theater and I was like, oh, and it said New Line, and I'm like, yeah, I went there.
See? Oh,
went
that's
there.
it.
Right, but there was nothing you could do.
Nothing
right?
you could do.
Nothing
you can do.
You're a small fish
Small fish.
Yeah.
that's gonna get
And I got the idea because I was actually with people who were crashing weddings.
Right.
And I was like, I want your story. And I got their story.
Yeah.
the fun. But how many weddings have you been to? Seriously, think about that.
A lot.
In a big place that
Countless.
there's 5 of them going on.
Yeah.
And you're drunk
Yeah.
and you walk into the wrong
From
one. You're
one
like,
to the wrong,
hey,
yeah.
look at it. And you're like, all right. You walk around a little dance and you're like,
Yeah.
you're out.
Oh,
you're out,
I've
right?
done it, man. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
that wedding's got oysters, man. They got a seafood buffet. Let's
used
go,
to
man.
do
Yeah,
that
they don't
at-
know.
They
you.
don't
Yeah.
know you. Who
They
are
don't
you
know
with?
you.
The Molly
Cousins
pitcher.
of somebody.
Yeah, I'm John's cousin. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know you had an Asian cousin. Oh, yeah, you didn't know that?
I'm adopted.
Each side doesn't
Yeah.
know each other, right?
Yeah,
They don't know
yeah.
each
Yep,
other.
exactly.
Was what? So we used to go to the Molly Pitcher Inn and go to the bar there.
Right.
And there were 2 weddings going on.
Yeah.
So we always somehow
Ballroom A, ballroom
got
B.
in
Yeah,
one
man.
of them somehow.
And the name is on the door.
Right.
The wedding party.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you should leave the name off if you don't want anybody to crash it.
so,
I'm with the Papadopoulos wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, great. Welcome. Opa. Oh, yeah.
but
Here, have some
it's
ouzo.
just the
Like-
lesson in life, you know.
Yeah, that's a hard lesson to swallow
It's
too.
a hard one. I was a kid though.
Yeah,
Sure.
but still, you know, that was your idea. I'm not saying they stole it.
And a lot of people have that
people
ideas,
have ideas.
but I
Well,
had
I'm not
that
saying
at
they
the time.
didn't.
Nothing
I didn't-
happened.
I'm not saying they didn't steal it either.
Not
so-
saying
Right.
they didn't. It's just funny that it's the same company that I went
Sure.
to and talked to, and
Right.
same person that's
yeah.
kind of involved
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
Different writers, different people, different.
Oh,
so
sure,
you know, it's just
but
the idea.
still.
But that's why I do what I do. I write the outline of the synopsis of it, and I just send it. It costs you $20.
Yeah,
25.
$20. Yeah, 20, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of gives you a peace of mind that if something comes of this nature, you have a proof that
Right. That I
I'm going to sue you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That
So-
was my idea. Yes, my.
You know, that's
IP.
why I liked it. Even if it goes, there was a thing that we did. It was a reality show. We did it back in 2009 or 10 or 11, somewhere. It was called Bar Creep, and it was about these 3 dudes go out to bars and try to pick up chicks.
Okay.
And in the mix, you know, they make up what they like. I'm a fucking lawyer.
Okay, I'm a race car
doctor,
driver or whatever.
I'm an
yeah.
actor. You know,
Yeah.
whatever. At each bar they go out to, they're trying to pick up.
Who's who or what's what? Or,
It was
Yeah.
kind of like the Jersey Shore shit
Right.
before that.
Yes.
So we filmed 2 pilots, a pilot and then another episode we did. And the guy at the time that had it all edited, I don't know what happened, but it was good shit. It was
Yeah.
fights. We staged fights and all that stuff.
Right.
So it was actually really good. And he lost. He said, I said, dude, I need them to, and I paid him everything.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I need these 2 episodes. Oh, I don't have them. I'm like,
What do you mean?
What do you mean you don't have
Yeah.
them? You just got to do the editing. He goes, well, that was a couple of years ago. I said, what? You never gave me the file, bro.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
So he just deleted them, or for whatever he didn't have.
And he's like, it's my fault. I said, bro,
Right.
you're the professional here, dude.
Yeah.
And if I pay you for something, you should have it backed up and you give me a hard copy.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it goes?
That's how it goes.
And long story short, they were missing. They were so good, and I wanted to kind of pick, you know, and just because I didn't know what I was doing, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yeah.
I said, people are like, dude, you should just really register this real quick so nobody fucks.
Right.
You know, and I did it, and it just never nothing. I never followed up with them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I was kind of like depleted. This dude. Shit that we worked on for like a month or a month and a
gone.
half, gone,
Gone.
Yeah.
gone, just like that. And he's mad. The guy's mad. He said, "Well, it's your fault." I was like,
No, it's not. You had the
Dude,
files.
how is it my fault?
Right.
Dude?
Wow.
You're supposed to, like I said, you're the professional.
Right.
It should be on a hard drive.
Yep.
Backed up
Yeah.
twice. Matter of fact, you know what I mean?
And
Right.
back that up. Back
Nope.
it up. Back it up.
Gone.
Exactly, man. It's gone.
Sucks.
Yeah. So that I learned, you know, you just gotta first of all make sure your guy backs everything.
Right.
Up. You know, because I had it. I did a couple of Doritos commercials. Same thing. The guy did the editing. I said, dude, I need these 2 commercials.
Yeah.
He's like, my computer blew up. I said, well, did you not back the things up?
Obviously, he did not.
He's like, no. I'm like,
Right.
My students don't do half the time. They lose it because they don't back it up. How many times I say,
Yeah.
back it up, back it up.
A little easier now. We got automatic cloud
Yeah.
backups and storage, but
Yeah.
still, get on a physical meet. Actually, get it on a physical backup.
If you don't save it on a file on a desktop or whatever somewhere,
it's gone.
And you take that card out,
right,
it's gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
Yep.
Unless you put it back in, find it. If you lose that card, forget it.
But that's a professional. Like my boy Mark, he triple back.
Yep.
He backs it up and then backs it up and backs it up again.
Yep.
Just because, and then he hands me my drives.
Yep.
3
and you
or 4
have
or
it
5, and I have him in my safe.
Yep.
So but he still has it backed up.
Right. Just in case.
Something goes wrong with my stuff. You know what I mean? So, but whatever. There was some good stuff, but like the Doritos commercials were great, and now they're gone.
No.
It's like. But so that's I just like I said when I write stuff just so nobody steals it because if I'm talking and not saying I'm talking man I'm doing this I'm doing
yeah you never know it's like
and you're
that's a great idea
that's a great
and then like a month later like hey it's
look at what's Bane doing.
No, it's 101 acres of hell.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Yeah.
So I don't like to tell, and not that it's the best thing, but it's still my idea.
Sure.
And I don't want to divulge it to anybody until it's done. You know what I mean? Or the script's solidified. You know what I'm saying? So It's like, it's so that's what I.
But
like.
a lot of people have ideas too. I understand that too. But it was this coincidental stuff. It's just weird sometimes. But like I remember in college, my buddy and I we were like, let's do a green screen kung fu movie with the guys in the green screen fighting like cows and stuff and all that, and then Kung Pao came out. They were like
foiled again.
That was all right. Like we thought of that. We were gonna make that. I mean, we had no money. We had nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
We were gonna just do it for fun.
Like Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, Dayton, Ohio. We're gonna do it for fun, and we went to the movie theater in promo of this movie of a green screen guy doing
like, dang it,
versus cows. And stuff. We're like,
oh,
are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, who thinks of the crazy? We were like out of it when we were thinking this stuff.
The lesson here is to do it before anybody else.
Fighting like cows.
Be the first person to do it.
Yeah.
Got to be the first person.
The reality of it is everybody.
That's it. That's the moral of the story.
Has common ideas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's really the truth. It's like, but that's why I don't do anything until I have a script and everything's solidified. It's done. So I got a real good case. You know what I mean? So,
right. What are you working on now that you can talk about? Anything?
No.
Okay.
Like I said, the thing. It's funny too because you guys haven't seen the sitcom yet, but Keith Coogan's in it.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, we love Keith.
Keith's.
We all love Keith.
I've seen different parts of it.
Yeah, so Keith's awesome. So I have him in mind for this next feature.
Okay.
That I hope I can get him in because he's like kind of perfect for the part. You know what I mean? I think Keith's cool. You know what I mean? I talk to him all the time.
He's a busy man too. He goes from con to con.
He does.
Bounces,
yeah. We're at a lot of the same shows.
Yeah.
Him and his wife Pinky, and they're great, man.
Yeah,
they're awesome. Yeah.
And so I'm on the Jane Silent Bob reboot set down in New Orleans. I was like, holy crap!
Right. You were
like,
down there on that too, right?
Yeah. I was like, holy crap! What's the Adventures in Babysitting guy doing down here? Like, he's like,
tell me if he's not, man, the most down to earth dude.
Yeah.
That you can like serious like. When I picked him up from the airport, right? Me and my friend Drew, that's in the sitcom.
Yep.
I said, "We'll take her out. I'll go get Keith." And I'm like, you don't. I don't know him from a hole in the wall.
Sure,
right?
but
never met him.
Yep, but
so I'm thinking, the stigma of these Hollywood actors,
sure,
right? You're thinking like, oh my god, what this is going to be. So I was a little nervous, but he jumps in the car. I see him. He's got a regular jacket, jeans. And I'm like, all right, he's a little backpack. I'm like, you don't have much with him,
right?
Jumps in. He's like, oh, dude, I'm hungry, man. I said, he goes, let's go to Fridays.
Fridays, yes.
I said, hey, I can do that, bro.
Yeah.
I know one. There's one right by my house here. We can stop there. And he was just, he's like us.
Yeah.
He's like a normal guy that you can talk to. And
just with this huge movie background. And
exactly.
grandfather who was
the
big background.
well-known dude on
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Iconic roles. But but he's
of-
just he's a normal
Awesome dude.
Good dude, man.
And he loves to talk.
Yep. Got stories for sure.
Oh man, he can keep you busy for hours upon hours. And
so how'd you come across him?
well, this is I was friends with him on Facebook through someone. I don't know how.
Someone else?
To be honest, I really don't know how I became friends with him on Facebook. I can't even make up a story about that one. So I'm talking to Ernie. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm thinking about throwing a message to Keith.
Yeah.
Right? And Ernie's like, yeah, fuck it, man, just do it. He goes, But he goes, if not, he goes, if you don't answer you back, I can probably get
Kevin.
Scott Swartz.
Scott. Oh.
Oh yeah, from
Scott
Christmas
Schwartz,
Story.
yeah,
Yep,
Scott,
Christmas
yeah.
Story.
Scott, yeah.
And the toy.
Yes, the toy. Yes,
toy,
yeah, the
yeah,
toy,
yeah.
And all that. So I'm like, I said, okay, that would be, he goes,
Cool, yeah.
I said, either one will work.
Either one will work, yeah,
for what I really wanted.
Yeah.
And listen, let's be honest, dude. I'm a nobody. You get a message from me. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm doing this. Blah blah blah. Would you be interested in doing a small part for me? Put that out there. I never thought in a million years I was getting a response. Even go fuck it. Nothing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I hear it. 20 minutes later, bing. On your.
Yep.
I'm like,
who's that?
well, all right. He's like, he goes, yeah, man. He goes, send me the script and send me all the deal. Here's my cell phone number.
Yeah.
Call me. I was like, is this something like playing a prank on me? Kenny's over there saying, yeah, dude, I'm Keith Coogan.
So getting catfished here.
I call him and he's
That happened to me. I got catfished by some girl actress like that.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, but
funny.
it was him.
Yeah,
That's
it was
funny.
him. It was him. And I was like, I'm telling him about it. I kind of think what really helped get him was Brian was attached.
Oh,
to him.
Harlan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 I think if Brian, I'm just my theory.
Okay. It's a good theory.
I-
it's a
I'm
solid
just-
theory.
yeah,
Well, he
I'm
knows
thinking-
Brian from all the cons
Yep.
too.
Well,
Other than
solid
just being
thing.
in Clerks and all
Sure.
that, but he knows him from the cons.
Right, and I threw Ernie's name in there too because Ernie's one of the
Yeah.
stars of it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, and I guess I'm leaning towards more of Brian. And he's like, yeah. I said, Brian O'Halloran's, he's a star of it. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If you're interested, I got a part for you. I'd really like you to do it. And then he sent me all that back, and he did it. It was surreal. Me pulling up at the airport and picking this dude
Yeah.
up. I'm like, Keith Coogan's in my.
Yeah. It's
bro.
cool, right?
Yeah, I was like, I grew up watching this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Just
Adventures in
Yeah,
Babysitting.
kept thinking dishes
Don't
are
tell
done,
Mom.
man.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because I asked him. I said, "Listen, dude, would you mind?" He's like, I can't
Saying
I
something?
Can't say
Yeah,
something because
oh.
you guys didn't want. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to open my mouth about. But it's fun. He goes,
Well, he did that. I mean, he did a version of that in the Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, Kevin
Right
made
Back.
him do
He
it.
made
So,
him do
yeah,
it. So
it's
he
an
did
iconic
He
line.
did, the fishes. The fishes are done, man.
right? No, I know, but I didn't want to push it. You know what I mean? Because some
Yeah.
people. And when I approached him, he goes, "Dude," he goes, "This is what got me where I am." Dude.
Yep.
He goes, I'm one of them dudes that say, "Don't bother me about this."
Right.
He goes,
I don't do that anymore.
I don't do that
Don't do
anymore.
that
He goes,
anymore.
I do it. He goes, and I do it proudly. I got here, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, good. And I need you to say this."
Yep.
then." And he's like, "No problem."
Yep.
And Brian, there's a part two where I asked, and I didn't think Brian would say because I heard that he gets before I met him that
Yeah.
he don't like to associate with convenience stores because of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he don't want to keep pushing that envelope,
Yeah.
right? So I was like, you know what? This sucks, man. Because I want him to say this, and I asked him about it. He goes,
today.
it's funny though. It's
funny.
In the whole scheme of the scene, it really works really well.
Oh, yeah.
And he agreed to say what I asked him to say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he didn't even say, "Nah, I'm not doing it." Because I asked Ernest, "Hey, dude, what do you think?" He goes, he might say no.
Yeah.
Because I said, "Well, why don't you ask him? You're closer."
Right. Right.
He goes, "No, I will. I don't give a shit."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I got him before, and he's like, "No problem."
Yeah,
You
of
know what I
course,
mean?
so-
Because Brian's a good dude. Like,
He is.
I
Of
mean,
course he is. I've known him forever, since 1997. Oh, Brian.
But can I tell you a quick story?
Please.
Which made me think that he was a dickhead.
Oh, no.
So listen.
Uh-oh, Brian.
I didn't even know him. So, and you can see it's funny. Clerks 2. I was in Clerks 2.
Right.
I was one of the firemen.
Yes.
So
Oh, so you were in the scene? Yeah.
yeah, I was in. So
I was there. I was there on set.
Oh, were you really?
I was just behind, like far behind, just watching. We're just watching.
Oh, okay. So
you were the-
obviously the fire.
Fire, yes.
You were outside, right? So before, and we're in between takes. So they pull the fire truck that's across the street, and Brian's sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Remember, he's all dumbfounded.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
Right? So if you look behind him, right to the left is my boots. I took my boots off to put my gear on,
Right.
and I left my boots. Right. So I heard him. He's like, in a minute, one of our phones rang on set.
Oh.
He goes, what the fuck, man? He's like, what? These firemen carry phones with them now? And I was like, wow, this guy's a dickhead,
Right,
man.
right.
I'm like, whoa. That was my first impression.
Right. Right.
I never told anybody. That was,
Yeah.
But
he was messing around. Yeah.
Yeah.
no, like I said, I don't know him.
Yes.
And I never.
Sure.
I told everybody that
Like, wow,
not in the
man.
movie business. I was like,
Wow, man, that guy Dante's an asshole.
Yeah,
I was like, what the
what a
hell?
dick.
Like, yeah, what an asshole.
that's what I'm like. So I was under that impression when I met him that he was
Right.
going to be that person
Yeah,
I met.
yeah.
Not met, but
All right,
I
Hollywood.
witnessed. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, but he was totally so
Where's
far.
my cheese plate?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally
Where's my
far-
charcuterie and my, yes.
totally so far from that.
Yeah, he's
that,
not a, yeah.
that that I was perceiving him to
Yeah.
be. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
but he's like, drink beers with us, hang
Yep.
out, like we're like, you know what I mean? Like he's not better than anybody else, you
Yeah.
know. So no, but it was great though. I always said, Brian, my boots are a star, man. They're right next to you,
Yeah.
bro. My I had black loggers before. I took them off. I'm gonna put them right here.
I think
was fun,
my
yeah.
favorite O'Halloran story. He was at this other con that I was at, and they're like, "Oh man, Brian's a great guy." I'm like, "Oh yeah." It's like, "Oh," so they're the con was done, and they're wrapping up, and they're carrying the tables back and everything. And Brian starts helping them out. I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. You're the talent. You don't need to do that. And
Yeah.
Brian's like, you know what? The quicker we finish this,
Yeah.
the quicker we can go drink.
Yes.
And I was like, that's
Yeah.
that's
That's
Brian.
man.
It's Brian. That's
That
that's how.
sounds familiar. When we were in Buffalo, we did the same thing.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We said the same thing.
Yeah.
You said the same thing.
Yeah. But that was his story though. That's that came from him.
One of my favorite ones is with I was with Ming and we were in Houston and he had his karaoke and it was tons and tons and tons of people.
There's a line wrapped around the
O'Halloran
building.
sends him a picture of he's doing karaoke at his con that he's at, and there's like 5 people in
Yeah.
the audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he's trying to brag to me.
Yeah,
Hey
brag,
man,
yeah.
I'm hosting karaoke
hosting
in
karaoke.
Traverse City, Michigan. He's like, check it out. I was like, oh yeah. It's like, all right. So I walk up on stage and I was like,
I seen that picture, dude.
yeah, it was like what, like 300-500 people. I don't know. Like
It
they had to
was
open up a whole
crazy amount
nother
of
room.
people.
And I get up, I grab the mic. He's like, hey, you guys know freaking Dante from Clerks? He's at some karaoke party. He thinks he's better than Houston. Let's show them how we do karaoke in Houston. I have the video and I go into 360 and everyone's going nuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I sent it over to him. I was like, yeah, I'm hosting karaoke too. Check it out. And he doesn't reply.
No,
so like
no,
it was
I
great.
didn't like that one.
What
Didn't like that
what
one.
can you say to top that?
Yeah. So,
That's
it's a friendly competition. It's always a friendly ball busting, which is what we do here in
Always.
New
We
Jersey.
love doing it.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely. Definitely bust ball. But it's funny, like I said, he don't know me
Right.
when he first came on
Yeah.
the set. He didn't. I mean, because I tried to get him in Gone for the Weekend, and Chris is friends with him, and I was like, "Yo, dude," talk to, and he's like, he probably thought I was just some fly by night that is just trying to get whatever close to a clerk, whatever.
Right,
You know what
sure,
I mean? And
close to a clerk.
right? Yeah,
Right, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
do.
far from the truth. You know what I mean? So he's like, "Nah, I'll pass on." You know what I mean? And so then I was like, "Yo, you pass on? I just needed you for like a nice cameo as a
Yep.
neighbor." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't really think you're serious."
Right.
I was like, but now
Now he knows you're
But now
serious.
but he didn't know me, so
Right.
I kind of get where he's coming from.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's like if you don't know someone, you're like, "Is this dude for real?"
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
he's paying me $5,000 for the day. And
Sure.
Then you have no problem doing it, right?
That's a motivation.
That's a motivation.
Good motivation.
But
That's a good one.
Yeah, but now he does know you.
As I
and-
got to know him, you can see what like a good dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
he's normal. You know what I mean? He's a normal
he's-
type
yes.
of dude, and I like I said, I love him for the part, dude.
Yeah, it's great.
He's
How many times have you worked with Ernie now?
oh man,
I know.
Quite a
Can
bit.
you count? It's been a lot of times.
yeah, a lot of. I mean, we did the 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did.
Sure.
He was in Gone for the Weekend.
Yes. Wasted
He-
Blind.
Wasted Blind. And
Did you do any other ones?
no, I think that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was with his set with his
Well, his short.
Right.
short and stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty much there's only 2 things that he really hasn't been a part of. Is I mean, he was
Yeah.
small and Gone for the Weekend. It was a small part. You know what I mean? He didn't produce anything, but then he came after. It's funny because
That got him in
I'll tell you
for
a story about that real
producing?
quick. I met him at Brian O'Halloran's roast.
Yes, we were both there.
Yeah.
Right?
We were.
there.
I was on
Yeah.
the panel.
So,
Yes.
Yeah, but I was probably standing right next to you.
Probably
You
right
know what
next
I
to
mean?
you, yeah.
So I was like, I went up and said, "Yeah, what's up, Ernie? I'm Troy." But I was like, "Listen, I got something. That's the first thing. I got something you might be interested in,
Yeah.
right?" He's like, he goes, "What is it?" I said, we're in production right now. We're shooting a comedy. It's called Gone for the Weekend." He's like, I said, "I got a small part for, I need like a preppy type of dude." He's like, "Oh, I can pay you." Like,
Yeah.
I'll play that. I was like, all right. I sent him the script all day. It was like a 14, 15, 16-hour shoot.
Right.
Dude,
Wow.
You know what I mean? And nobody was getting paid except
Yep.
the DP. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Cram everything is.
I said, dude, there's
much
no
as you
tomorrow,
can.
man. We can't.
Gotta
the
get it
bar.
all in.
He gave me the bar for free to
Oh
go.
wow, yeah, you got to go.
Yep.
And he let me keep everybody out if you were not in the movie. Except, well, there was one guy that came in, right, Ken? And
One guy's like, can't get him out. He's got the corner.
We need him. We need him. He's a regular. He's a regular.
No, he was aggravating. He's trying to come in. I'm shooting,
okay.
trying to tell me. I was like, yo, somebody get that. Dude, get at it. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, but you got to go. So Ernie does your shoot. Ernie's a professional. He knows how long it's going to be. You know, you're so like hurry up and wait, right? And so anyway, we get it done. I had a premiere.
Yes.
In Highlands. And I said, yeah, Ernie, you're going to come over and watch it. So after it was done, he's like, wow, he was surprised that it was that good.
Yeah.
Because if it sucked, he wouldn't have had anything to do with me.
After,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
it came out good with the budget. We had like a $20,000 budget on it, which is not a lot. But to us, it is. You know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, man. He goes, I was really surprised. I thought it was going to be something totally different.
Yeah.
And a lot of people going in had the same attitude that
Right.
this, you're waiting this, people, they're jealous. They want you to fail, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to succeed.
The best thing you can do is make it awesome.
Yeah, yes,
You know?
exactly. To what I could do, you know what I mean? To what the budget allowed, and people were like, "Yo, dude, what would you spend? $250, $100,000?"
Right.
I said,
No.
"Well, yeah, not that much, but I'm bullshit." I'm like,
Yeah. It's like, oh, close. But
close,
yeah,
but we-
we're
we
close
Never
enough,
answered
yeah.
the budget question on a Q&A, right?
yeah, it was.
You can be vague.
O'Halloran always
Be
says,
vague.
say $1 million.
Yep. Yeah.
But so that's how we. And then Ernie, from that point, I think he respected me as a filmmaker,
Right.
knowing that I wasn't full of shit. Because there's a lot of people that are full of shit
Sure.
in this business that tell you that they're doing something and they don't follow through.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Right. It's like, oh, I'm going to get this guy in it. And like, you don't know that guy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That's
I hear that every day,
Right.
all day.
Right.
Oh, I got this guy,
Yep.
guy. Yeah.
Yep. And I always tell people, listen, I don't pretend to be anybody that I'm not, because it's going to come back.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't make promises that I can't keep.
Right.
Because,
That's-
if I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to have Leonardo DiCaprio. He's going to do a little
cameo.
cameo
Yeah.
for me. Well, wow, it fell through.
Yeah.
You know,
Then that
A lot of
ruins all your
bullshitters.
credibility.
It does, man.
All of
I
it.
don't ever put anything on social media until I know it's done
Right.
or almost done.
Right.
That signature.
Because stuff happens.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff happens that can
Schedules,
Yes.
whatever.
Yep.
Or
I've
just,
had to replace actresses on the day of, because the one girl
Yep.
couldn't make it, so I
Yeah,
had to
right.
just find someone like last minute.
Yes,
Not easy.
it's and you don't think, like, for me, I would never in a million years thought that I would have realistically with Brian too, him in my shit,
Yeah.
or Keith Coogan, or let alone Siobhan Hogan Fallon.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that would never have crossed my mind 10 years ago.
Right.
How do you go about getting Siobhan?
Well, that's a great story. So we had the premiere of On Our Own in Atlantic Highlands as she was premiering her Rush.
Rushed, yeah, Rushed, yeah.
Rush.
So we kind of like met in the middle, and so like, hey, why don't we all just start taking pictures together? So we're all having, and she's a very down to earth woman too.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and her son Pete, cool. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys met Pete, but he's in her movies also. So we were exchanging numbers. He gave my friend Drew and I was like, I'm sitting there talking to Ernie about this, and he's like, didn't even enter my mind. He goes, why don't you try Siobhan? I'm like, wow. I said, for the AA counselor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I really wanted O'Halloran. I'm not even joking. I wanted Brian for that
Right.
part. He's like, no, we don't want to.
An Irish accent.
Yeah.
No, it's straight up like a
Okay,
professional, you know
English,
what I mean?
okay, American accent, yes.
That was my first choice to be totally
Yeah.
honest with you. That was my friend.
It'd be cool to see him like that with
Yeah,
a totally different, not Dante, not
Yes.
Irish accent.
Right.
It'd be cool to see that.
Straight up,
Straight up. Business,
professional, you know what I mean, like that,
yeah.
because that's what I
Right.
was kind of writing it for, to be honest with you,
Yeah.
because I have a little relationship with him. I know him now. Maybe he'll come down, with Ernie's persuading
Yeah.
him. He's like, why don't you try Siobhan? I'm like, okay. Called yo, you got Pete's number still? He's like, yeah, let me look. Gives it to me, I text him, yo, Pete, what's up? This Troy met you at the premiere. He's like, oh yeah, I remember, but I said, I know this is out of left field, but we're doing the short, and I got a part for you. So I had to throw him in there because it's a package deal, I think.
Package deal.
And that's what I was anticipating, package deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, my mom will do it. I'm like, how about you let her get the script?
Right.
So I sent her the script. We kept conflict. She was over in France editing Rushed.
Oh.
No,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Her next
the
one, right?
next
Her
movie.
next
Yeah.
one that she did.
So she,
France,
and,
huh?
yeah, and I thought, I thought she texted me. She's like, "Yo, Troy, I would definitely get to you. I really like to read it, and I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
But so I sent her it. She calls me Super Bowl Sunday. Troy, I'm like, hey, what's up? She's like, I love the script. I'll do it for you.
Wow.
I'm like, I said,
Wow.
let's just talk. I said, I want to talk money. She goes, I don't.
Ha.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I always want to be transparent because I
Sure.
don't have a budget. So
Right.
I don't.
Right. So
the
what do
budget
you
was
need?
very- yes,
we'll try it. If it's
She goes,
within reason.
she goes, what's your contract?
Yeah.
With SAG because it's
Yeah.
SAG.
Yeah, sick.
And I said it's 125 a day.
Yeah.
For 8. She's
Right,
like, it's
yeah.
the ultra low budget.
Yeah.
Right.
She goes, oh, that's if you don't even have to give me that, but that's what I said. I said it's done, man.
Damn
done.
scale.
Yeah.
So
I said, man, and she's like, I love the script. She goes, I definitely want to do it, and I was like, fucking yeah. But now I'm excited.
sure.
Yeah.
First, really, somebody that I watched growing in
Right.
Men
Been
in
in a
Black,
bazillion things.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
so,
Forrest Gump, Men in Black,
and I don't
Seinfeld.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I don't ever do this. So, and I'll never do it. I made that mistake. I'll never do it again. And I was excited. So I just got Siobhan signed on to my new.
Yeah. On social
on
media, I was like,
right?
hey, everybody,
Yes.
it's gonna be
Everyone's like,
awesome.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
awesome,
man.
awesome.
Right.
I'm not even joking, dude. 5 days later, she
Yeah.
she texts me, Troy, I can't be in it. I can't do it. No. I said, I'm like, what? I'm like, what's the problem?
Oh, no.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and I never put my shit on unless
Sure.
it's done. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And she's like, well, my conflict on this. And I said, listen, let me explain something to you real quick. I said, I will work around. I'll
Around
shoot
your-
everything else, and that
then-
will be the last
yeah.
thing that I
Yep.
shoot.
Whenever
Yeah.
you can get
Whenever
down
you
here.
can
yep.
do it. I don't care if it's in May, June, July, August,
At
September.
midnight.
I don't,
Yeah.
exactly, I don't care because I want you, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm like, man. And so now I'm sitting there after I just opened my big mouth telling
Right.
everybody, now I'm a little bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I text Pete. Yo, Pete, dude. And, I'm like, your mom's backing out, bro. I
Yeah.
said, you talked to her?
Yeah.
He's like, why? What happened? I'm like, she's busy with something.
Yeah.
So he goes, dude, I'll call you back. A day later, he said, yo, so we're doing a three-way phone call.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, get on the phone. She's like, Troy. She goes, I'm sorry. I was busy. I thought you needed me in April. I said, no. I said, whenever you're
Yep.
available. I said,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I'll shoot everything else. And this is, like I said, 5 days after.
Yeah.
And I don't care what it takes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I
Anywhere,
said,
anytime.
it doesn't matter, right? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, She apologized. I was like,
Right.
no one
Yeah.
apologized to me. I mean,
No, just so we're clear, though. Yeah. If you can do it.
She goes, I'll do it in May. I said,
Oh, fine. Great.
Done.
Yeah.
done. I said, whenever you are available. So she goes, Pete, you arranged a date
Right.
for me, and it was May 21st. Beautiful night. I had the location. I did it. She was there for 10 hours, maybe if that. You know what I mean? She's like, I got to be done by 5. I
Yep.
said, I'll
Okay.
have you done by 3.
Yes. We'll wrap you
I'll
up.
have you done by 3. We were done by like 3:30. She's
Yeah.
like, you kept me. I said,
Yeah.
I told you I was going to
Yeah.
keep you and do everything. It takes that she had to go to a wedding.
Yep.
She took pictures. She
Yep.
was great. Everything was
Awesome.
done, and she got a bit. But the feeling I got when she backed out, I was like, I was depleted.
Oh,
And I was
sure.
like,
Yeah.
holy shit. Now how am I going to explain this to people? Like, this dude's so full of shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like doing that. Just
Yeah.
because
I love that you're
happens.
persistent. I was like, oh,
Who
man,
else is
you
on the
talked to
Rolodex?
her.
Just look at
Yeah,
the
I know,
Rolodex.
right?
Who
Yeah.
else is next?
Who's next? There's
I
nobody
wasn't. I wasn't giving up because I put my word out there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I was like,
sure.
Pete, dude, I got
come
your
on,
part
Pete.
for you, bro.
Yeah.
And you can't back out.
Pete,
It's like,
come
dude,
on, Pete.
And
We
he-
need
and-
you, Pete.
And he pulled through. He's like, Troy. And she's like, I thought you needed me immediately. And I said, no. No. I said, I'll shoot everything else and I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
I don't care, like I said, if it was September.
Yeah.
I will wait for you.
Yeah.
And, she's like, May 21st. Can you do it? I'm like, yeah.
Can do it. I will do it.
I will do it. And I
And
said,
you did
Ernie, if you have anything to do, you better cancel it because we're shooting the scene, buddy. He's like, no, man, I'm all good. And it was something coming up with
That you had to do?
Smodcastle shit that
Yep.
was and it happened to be the following weekend.
Okay.
Oh.
So
There was like
got it right in
there was
time.
like a 2-day thing going
Yep.
on with
Yep.
Kevin,
Yep.
and
Now he's busy as all hell.
now he's yeah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
But-
Never stops.
never
Nope.
stops. But I told him you're not too big now, pal. I said you're still going to be in some of my stuff.
You're still Ernie O'Donnell. Yep, for sure.
No,
That's
he's got a
awesome,
lot of
man.
stuff. But that's the story how I got these people. Which, like
That's
I said,
awesome.
you would never think that you could, get somebody. But I always say, if you don't ask, you're never gonna
Right,
know,
and most of these
right?
people on Facebook or some kind of social media, hit them up. You never, if they say no, then
They say no.
they say no, big
Exactly.
deal.
Yeah.
But if they
Yeah.
say yes, and then that day comes, you're like, oh
So
man, I'm glad I asked.
when I try
So
to get you in the sitcom next year.
I'm in.
You-
I'm
you
already
know,
committed.
yeah,
Put it
you
on
know.
social media, as long as I'm not at a convention. But yeah,
Well,
come
I
on.
want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
come.
you
you
know, come on,
to
you
the
know,
dive bar.
I'm here for
Bring
you.
CJ with
Yes,
you.
I'll just I'll just sit there.
No, I think we're definitely visiting this probably this week. We definitely got to
if
get
you
over
go,
there.
let me know. I'll meet you here. 'cause
Okay.
I love the bar. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
Kenny,
cool.
Kenny, he lives right across the street.
All right, perfect. We'll see you guys there.
Well,
for
I'm
sure.
sorry, diagonal.
All right.
Diagonal. But it's a great place, and it's awesome though.
Yeah.
But
So check it out on our own.
On our own,
Amazon
yes.
Prime Video. Just search it up.
Yep.
Pull it up and you grab the whole season, grab individual episodes.
I mean, you go to IMDb, you can find it that way too. Facebook.
Yeah, and that whatever the $1.99. I don't know if you got like
Yeah,
point,
I-
0.01 cents from that, but you got
yeah.
that from me because I bought the first
Probably
episode. So
It's
Yeah.
but also
Your
you can
features
also-
on there as well, right?
You can also watch on our own on Amazon Prime, but
Yep.
Gone for the Weekend is also streaming on Tubi.
okay, cool.
It's on,
Okay.
it's on
Yep.
Apple TV.
Great.
It's on Pluto
Pluto TV,
Pluto
yep.
TV.
Pluto's
it's on
great.
Plex TV. It's
Wow.
on.
Yes,
That's
just
the main
look it up.
ones.
Look it up. It's all. It's
on.
You
Yeah,
can't miss
you
it.
can't miss it. You really
Can't.
It's one of the. Well, can you type it in on Google and it tells you what everything
Yeah,
is
it
playing?
should. Yeah.
You can go, on your voice thing.
Yeah.
Gone for the Weekend
Boom.
pops
It
up.
shows up all the things.
I'm a little mad because Ernie's picture pops up. I don't know how that happened, but he
Whatever.
only had a little cameo and he
Yeah.
hits the.
I know,
full
now
screen.
he's
to
yeah,
be
yeah.
the star.
Yeah,
Right.
No, I'm not even joking, dude. I swear to God,
He's the Dame
It-
Judi Dench of Gone for the Weekend. Like he wins the
Yeah.
Oscar for being in it for like 14 seconds.
It's like if you type in Chasing Amy,
Right.
and Matt Damon's photo pops up.
Right. He was literally in it.
No, I just said,
Yeah, I know. He was in it.
It'd be
He was
like-
literally in it for
Oh,
2
man.
minutes, maybe
He's
2
not
minutes.
even,
but
not
yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
a couple lines that he has.
Oscar
in it.
winner Matt Damon is
starring in
starring
Chasing
yeah,
Amy.
Yeah.
But you know what? Listen, the way I look at it, like I don't have an ego. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, dude, why isn't your name up there first?" I'm like, I don't give
Yeah,
a
yeah,
shit
yeah.
whose name's up there first.
Yeah.
Go look
It
and see
pops
who
up.
did it.
Right.
It's not coming back as Joe Schmo did it. You know what I mean?
I did a short film, and this girl that was in it, she got on the singing show, and it was not like it was like a new one. It didn't really last,
Yeah.
but like I can't even remember the name of it. She came in like
X
third
Factor.
place.
Right.
It wasn't X Factor, but it was
No?
similar to that.
Okay.
And it was like Ludacris. Ludacris was part
Right,
of it.
right.
And so she comes in like third place on the whole thing,
Yeah.
live on like ABC,
Right,
and
yeah,
all this
yeah.
thing. And my short just was out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and she was
mentioned it on
Right.
on television.
That's cool. Nice.
Did it propel
On
you?
ABC. Yeah. I got into tons of film festivals with it. Tons.
Wow.
And it kind of like, oh, that's the girl from.
Yeah, that
And she
what
wasn't
came
in
in
much of it, but that's the girl
third
from
place.
that was on that
Yeah.
singing show.
Hey, that's all you
national
need.
TV, man.
Got signed by Ludacris, signed her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My next superstar.
Okay.
Is, I got to get Kevin. And
Yes.
I want to.
Well,
I've been trying to get him, so I'm going to work with Ernie to try
Yes.
to get. Now that he's around here a lot more.
Get a scene that takes place in a movie theater.
yeah, that's it.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have to leave.
Or a guy who lives above a movie theater. Bam, done.
Well, I'm trying to the one I'm doing that I really can't talk about right now.
yeah.
I like the Kevin and Jay to do this one little quick thing.
Yeah.
But who knows? It might be hard to get both of them, but whatever. I'll take one or the other, to be honest with you. So because it's relevant to the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah,
Well,
it'd be like funny if you did a scene because Kevin had told a story about, I guess, Runyon Canyon, where he was wearing some of his stuff,
right.
and some kid was a fan,
Yeah.
but he didn't recognize Kevin.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him about
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I
something
love
about
those
it.
movies. I
Yeah.
love Kevin Smith. He
Yeah.
was talking to Kevin
And
Smith.
he was
He
talking
didn't
to
know
him.
it.
Didn't
He didn't know it was
realize
him.
because
He had a mask on, and he lost all the weight.
and everything.
He was kind of covered up. So yeah.
That's funny.
Something
though.
like that would be a funny little thing to put in like a
Slide
film
that
and
in
be like,
somewhere.
you'd be like, ah, it's me. You know?
For sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's good. So yeah, we got some. The other thing coming up is going to be fun. So I'm
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be something I've never did
Yeah.
that I really probably know nothing about, but I'm going to give it a try and see
There's only one way to find out.
what happens.
That's
Like
awesome.
an alien. Like
Yeah.
you're an alien.
Yeah. Well,
Start
good.
coming out of your stomach
Yeah,
and stuff, all the like sci-fi, like cool, like
Yeah.
effects.
Come, yeah.
Get like Tom Savini to come and do your blood.
Right. or Lloyd Kaufman. Like, it's,
Well, it's funny you say Lloyd, yeah, because it's he's got something to do with it too. It's funny.
oh, really? Okay. Which and Lloyd's coming to Smodcastle
I know.
too. They're doing a trauma thing.
That's right,
Yeah,
they're
which is
talking,
cool.
yeah.
So that's awesome.
Who isn't coming through to Smodcastle these days?
It's literally everybody. And
You come through New Jersey, you go to
Yeah.
Smodcastle.
and we
That's
heard
great though. I'm glad that he really.
we heard some of the names coming through, man. The Russo brothers,
Yeah.
James Gunn, possibly. Just Zack Snyder. I think he's talked
Oh,
to.
really?
Possibly.
Yeah, it's and that I think that's just a tip. I think we'll probably see Affleck down here at some point.
Yeah. Anyone
yeah.
just coming through.
Yeah.
Stop
Yeah,
in.
I'm glad Ernie put that whole thing together.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
because Freddie was selling it, and you
Yep.
wanted to stay a movie theater.
Yep.
Because that's where I go to the movies. I live right down the street.
Yeah.
Right in Leonor's, right there.
Yeah.
And I don't like going to. I mean, listen, when I go to a movie, I don't want to be sleeping in the chair.
No.
Because that's what will happen to me.
Oh,
if I'm not uncomfortable.
yeah.
And focus on that
Right.
movie.
You're gonna fall
like,
asleep.
I'm gonna fall
You're
asleep.
in a dark room. Yeah,
Dark
for
room,
sure. For
air
sure.
conditioning on or the heat on,
Yeah.
in the winter, and so
All
it's
full
like,
of popcorn
Yeah,
and
exactly.
soda and ices. Yeah,
It's a great place. It's a
Oh,
great
it is.
town. It's
It
a great
is.
place.
it is.
We need another restaurant though. One more.
Yeah, that other craft brewery, craft bar went out of business in the corner there.
Sucked, too.
Yeah, you don't like
Oh,
it? You don't like
I
craft.
don't like
Right.
Craft.
And then you go in there and it's
But-
only a certain vodka. I'm like, I don't drink that vodka either.
But there's a bar there that someone can go in there and buy.
yeah,
Right? It's still a bar.
Right.
Bar. They won't open that though. The guy that owns the hotel.
Oh.
He just I don't know.
Smodcastle
One more restaurant
Gastro
would
Pub.
be perfect.
Yeah, I know,
One
right?
more. would be
Smodcastle
perfect.
Gastro
One more.
Pub. Let's
I mean,
do it.
Harborside's fun, right?
Harborside is
It's fun. It's
That's
fun.
a big shout out to Harborside.
Yeah.
They always take care
And
of
off the
They
hook.
do,
Off
yeah.
the hook.
Off the hook is
Harborside.
good too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
One-
off the hook's a little further walk.
It is. A little,
And in the cold, it sucks.
Yeah.
Summer is fine.
yeah.
I love you guys, dude. It's too cold.
It's cold to walk a few
Too
more
cold.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a little more than a few inches.
Yeah, it
You're
is
all
far. It
buzzed
is
up.
far. Yeah, it's like a
point.
block, two, 3 blocks, long blocks.
Harborside,
point.
you walk out, you're right there.
Right
man.
there.
Right in the movie theater.
Right
so
there.
it's that's a good thing. But
Good
it's
point.
fun.
Yeah. So thank you. You're in social
Yes.
media. You're like, where can we follow you?
I'm like really. I mean, I have Instagram.
Okay, which
but,
is at
Troy Burbank.
at Troy Burbank.
Troy Burbank. Yeah.
Troy like TROY
TROY,
Burbank
yeah.
like the city.
Like
Cool,
the city.
cool.
Facebook.
Okay.
Troy Burbank.
Cool.
Gone for the. I mean, you can go at Gone for the Weekend page too.
Okay.
Leonora Boys Production
Yeah, is that Boys with a Z?
with the Z.
With a Z.
Yeah,
okay,
with the
cool.
Z, yeah.
Right on.
So that's
Nice. Little boys in the hood.
boys. Yeah.
Love it. Cool. All right.
Yeah,
See-
listen, I grew up in Leonardo my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
So why not?
Boys.
We're boys, man.
That's it.
It's just the way it goes, So
Sure. Awesome.
It's a Jersey thing.
Right. Cool. Thank you guys.
No,
CJ,
thank you, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
you
Cullen.
having me on.
It's always good
Troy
to
Burbank. and,
doing all this. We'll have people coming through to us now as well.
Yeah, for sure. I love it.
A little series here with our nice little background and
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
it's awesome.
So,
filmmakers and all that kind of stuff. So we're
Yeah.
excited. We got more people coming through as well.
yeah, we will. So stay tuned, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thanks.
And we'll see you guys soon.